The Anti-Gartley Harmonic Pattern Indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it on the chart. Additionally, traders can review this page to learn how the indicator works and operates. From the navigation section, we select the indicator file, and by dragging the file onto the chart, we run the indicator. Once the indicator is activated on the chart, it begins to identify and draw the anti-Gartley harmonic patterns on the price chart. Traders who are looking to identify this pattern on the chart can use the indicator to do so. With the Anti-Gartley Harmonic Pattern Indicator, they can identify this pattern and, using point D, which in harmonic patterns is considered a potential price reversal zone, or PRZ, enter buy or sell trades in the market. In the settings section, in the input section, there are options available for us. In the first part, we can set the minimum leg length here, which is based on the zigzag indicator. The zigzag indicator has 3 parameters, and here we can adjust the first parameter of the zigzag indicator, while the other 2 parameters are hard-coded in the calculations and are set to periods of 3 and 3. In the next section, we can set the number of candles for identifying and analyzing the harmonic pattern, which by default is set to 100 candles. This means that from point D, it examines 100 candles backward and looks for identification. It searches for the Fibonacci ratio on point C on the chart, and after that, from point C, it moves 100 candles backward, looking to identify point B, then from B to A, and from A, it seeks to identify point X. Finally, it draws the harmonic pattern. In the next section, we can enable or disable the display of the harmonic pattern lines. In the following section, we can enable or disable the break pivot status, which is set to true by default. If we set this option to false, in the section below, we can adjust the distance between the harmonic pattern pivot and the break pivot, which is based on pipettes, and the default value is 100 pipettes is set. By disabling the break pivot mode and carefully adjusting the distance value parameter, we can clearly observe that it does not display the harmonic patterns for us, and instead only recognizes and identifies the patterns that have the proper required ratios. For better understanding and additional clarity, if I set this option to true, then in this section, we can see that the price, as it moves upward, has broken a point to the upside here, and after that, it has moved downward again and then identified the Fibonacci C pattern. In the break pivot section, we can adjust the distance between the harmonic pattern pivot and the break pivot, which is set to 100 pipettes by default. As we can see here, it does not recognize or identify this pattern for us at this stage, and only displays the patterns that match the filter we have set. In the next section, there is the shift option, which is set to 2 by default. This means that after identifying point D, it moves forward by 2 candles and then analyzes the harmonic pattern. If I set this option to 0, it will analyze the harmonic pattern as soon as the candle closes. In the next 2 options, I can enable or disable the display of bullish and bearish harmonic patterns. In the following section, we can choose the style of drawing from among 5 options: solid, dash, dot, and dash, dot. The next option relates to the line thickness, which is set to 1 by default. If we set this option to a value greater than 1, the indicator will automatically switch the drawing style to solid. And in the last section, we can change the color of the bearish harmonic patterns, the color of the bullish harmonic patterns, and the color of the harmonic pattern labels to any color we like. One important point to note is that this is specific to the MetaTrader 5 platform, where the first two options are different for us. In the second option, the method for identifying Fibonacci ratios and checking harmonic conditions is based on pivots. However, in MetaTrader 4, it is based on candles. From point D, the indicator moves backward candle by candle, searching for point C. But in the MetaTrader 5 platform, it is actually based on pivots. That means from point D, the amount we set here, for example, if I set the number 10 here, it examines 10 pivots and carefully searches for point C. Then from C to B, it checks 10 pivots from B to A, and from A, finally it looks for point X. In the end, it displays the harmonic pattern. The last point you need to pay attention to is the values you set in the first and second options. Here, the higher the value you enter, the larger the harmonic patterns that are identified will be, and in order to display more suitable ratios for us, it's better to set lower values here. Well friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We would be glad if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.